Welcome to History of the Queer. Today we tell the story of a young man who used color, fashion, and courage to speak in a world that tried to silence him. This is Edwin Chiloba, fashioner, activist, silenced too soon. Name: Edwin Kiprotich Kiptu. Known as Edwin Chiloba. Born 1997, Sirgoit, Elgeyo Marakwet County, Kenya. Died January 2023. Roles: fashion designer, model, outspoken LGBTQ activist. The early life becoming the light. He never saw. Edwin was born in rural Kenya, a quiet place of rolling hills and deep tradition. A place where people are expected to fit neatly into roles. Men strong and silent, women gentle and obedient. But Edwin was different. He loved colors that spoke louder than words, clothes that told stories, and ideas that didn't care for rules. Even as a boy, he saw beauty where others saw strangeness. When he moved to Eldoret for university, fashion became his voice, a new language where fabric and freedom could finally meet. He began designing, walking runways, and showing the world that authenticity is an art form. He once said in an interview, "Fashion isn't just about clothes, it's about identity. It's how I tell the world I exist." Activism, visibility as resistance. In a country where being openly gay can cost you your safety, career, or even your life, Edwin chose to be visible. He wasn't just a model, he was a message. At every event, he showed up dressed with confidence, blending African elegance with fearless self-expression. He was flamboyant, bold, unapologetically himself, the kind of presence that said, "I am here and I'm not hiding." He used his social media as a megaphone, posting affirmations, stories of acceptance and encouragement for queer youth who felt invisible. Through his work, he turned fashion into activism. Each outfit, each photoshoot, each appearance was a protest against shame. He made people talk. He made people see. And for countless young queer Kenyans watching him online, he was proof that freedom was possible, even if only for a moment. The tragedy: silence falls. Then, in January 2023, that bright voice was silenced. Edwin's body was found in a metal box by the roadside near Eldoret. He had been brutally murdered. The news spread fast, from local papers to international headlines. People were shocked, heartbroken, angry. Kenya mourned a young man who dared to shine in a world that tried to dim him. The police investigation revealed that the suspect was someone close to him, a friend, a roommate. The betrayal made it even harder to understand. His death wasn't just a tragedy, it became a symbol, a reflection of how dangerous it still is to be openly queer in Kenya, of how love, visibility, and identity are still treated like crimes. At his funeral, friends and activists wore bright colors, pinks, blues, golds, because Edwin loved color. They said they didn't want to remember him in black. They wanted to celebrate him the way he lived, loudly, joyfully, unapologetically. Legacy: the power of a life lived boldly. Even in death, Edwin Chiloba continues to speak. His story lit a fire under conversations about safety, human rights, and freedom of expression in Kenya. Artists painted murals of his face. Activists marched with his name on banners. People who never met him said they felt braver because of him. He became a symbol of what it means to live truthfully, even when the truth is dangerous. He showed that visibility matters, that representation saves lives, because when people see themselves in others, they find courage to survive another day. Why Edwin's story matters. Because he lived where others were told to hide. Because he turned fear into fashion, pain into purpose. Because his dream wasn't just to be seen, it was to make sure others could be too. He was a designer, yes, but more than that, he designed hope. He stitched it into every outfit, every smile, every step down a runway that was really a battlefield. And though he's gone, his story continues to echo through Kenya and beyond, reminding us that being yourself should never be a death sentence. This has been History of the Queer. For Edwin Chiloba. For everyone who dared to live in color when the world demanded black and white.